So it's been quite a while since my last update, and a lot of things have happened. In September, I had bronchitis and tooth infection at the same time, and I think the tooth infection led to me getting silent reflux, which is irritating at best. It's really bad, and my oncologist and other doctors are trying to figure out what's causing that. But I had scans in December, and the lymph nodes are either the same size or slightly diminished. So the Trodelvy is still working. So we're going to keep on it. Today is my 49th infusion, and next week marks my 50th. But what you really want to know is, did that cold capping work? Yes, it did. So, I actually have a little bit of peach fuzz on my head, maybe hard to see, and it's only where the cold cap was. Which reminded me, I need to get my cold cap on. I'm getting chemo right now. So, yeah, it works. I'm no longer peeling 3 layers of skin off my head every day, just one, and the itchiness is definitely not what it used to be, which thank God for that, because it was bad. So it's definitely worth this hour of discomfort to not have a week or 2 weeks of itchy head. And because of that, it's actually easier to wear wigs now because my head isn't insanely itchy anymore. So kudos for ice. In fact, because it's working so well, I've decided to buy a proper cold cap, and I'll do that next time. And maybe I'll use one of these packs on my eyes, see if I can grow some skinny little eyelashes, just enough to keep the dust out. That would be lovely. Anyway, yay for cold capping. It's working for me anyway. So in December, we had some really cold weather, and I was starting to cough a lot, and it turned out it was because of silent reflux, and it came on really suddenly and was really bad right away. So I would go outside in the cold even, and because I guess my lungs were irritated from all the coughing, I would just start coughing because it was cold out. And of course, then when I eat, anytime I eat, doesn't matter what I eat, about half an hour to an hour afterwards, I start coughing because the acid is too high in my stomach. And this hurts my throat, and it's just generally very inconvenient. So I take a lot of over-the-counter antacids and also proton pump inhibitors. So I had pantoprazole, which was something I went on at the beginning of Trodelvy, but it didn't seem to be working. So we switched to omeprazole, and that didn't seem to work either, but it gave me a rash. So I just decided to go off the omeprazole, and the rash definitely went away. But in the meantime, I've seen my oncologist, and she said I should probably be on at least one proton pump inhibitor. So we're just going to put me back on the pantoprazole. So other than that, because the silent reflux that I have, because it is so bad, like even when my stomach's empty, I'll have silent reflux issues. So I got squeezed in for an endoscopy on Monday, which shifted all of my other appointments by one day. So it's a Thursday and I'm getting my chemo, although that's not really uncommon. Anyway, in the endoscopy, they show you the insides, like they show you some pictures of your stomach and duodenum and throat. And anyway, they didn't find anything of note, just that my stomach lining and duodenum were irritated. And they took some biopsies. So now we just have to wait for the biopsy results to see if there's any reason for all this silent reflux. Like it could be a bacterial infection or something else. Unfortunately, if it's not something else, it's quite possible that it's actually the cancer that's causing the problem, that maybe my lymph nodes are pressing on places that are irritating my stomach, in which case I'll probably have to get radiation. So fingers crossed it's not that. Yeah, so that's the silent reflux. Oh, and I've also had dizzy spells and shortness of breath. So I'll get short of breath going up just one flight of stairs, and well, sometimes just doing exercise. So there's a period there where at the end of December, where I couldn't do any exercise at all without getting out of breath. And so I ended up seeing my own GP, and she gave me an inhaler. So I take an inhaler now in the morning and at night. And that has pretty much solved the shortness of breath problem. We don't know what's causing it, but there's still future appointments to be had. I'm supposed to see a lung specialist and an ENT, and haven't heard back from either of them yet. And I've also been having dizzy spells, like I kind of black out for a minute. But I don't faint. I might fall over if I'm standing. So when I feel one coming on, I just kind of sit down. And yeah, so my oncologist thinks that might be caused by the metoprolol. So she said I should call my cardiologist and see if maybe we should lower my dosage on that. So hopefully he'll call me back. I've had to call his office a couple times, and I haven't got an appointment yet, but hopefully soon. My blood pressure has also been kind of low lately. On various occasions when I get it taken. Like today it was taken and it was like 96 over 65, something like that. So that might be being caused by the metoprolol as well. So hopefully lowering the dose will help, and also help with the dizziness. I also have some fluid on my lung, on my right lung, and that's generally caused by the cancer itself. And there's not enough yet to drain or anything. It's just there. So when I have really bad coughing fits, eventually it makes that lung hurt because it can't expand all the way that it needs to. So alas, but what can you do? Hopefully we'll not be coughing. Like at the moment, I'm kind of got it more under control, the coughing from the acid reflux. It's a problem, but I'm not having serious coughing fits anymore. But yeah, it doesn't seem to matter what I eat, although I'm on a low acid diet for the next 2 weeks, and I've already been on it for 5 days now. And you would think that I would have less symptoms of the silent reflux, but I don't. Even when my stomach's empty, I have to take something to reduce the acidity, or I start having a coughing and hacking fit. So, yes, lots of things to deal with, but none of them too serious. And hopefully none of them are going to get worse, and hopefully none of them are caused by my cancer. So that is it. So the next thing that I'll show you is the graphs of my blood work. I've been graphing my blood work since the beginning, and some of the graphs are fairly interesting. So I've been graphing my blood work and my weight since I started chemo in 2023. And I found that dexamethasone was keeping me up at night, causing me to gain weight by making me hungry in the middle of the night and at night, and giving me unreasonable constipation. So I asked my doctor if I could get off it since I wasn't having terrible nausea. And she said, okay. And you can't just go off it because it's steroids. You have to kind of ease yourself off it. So she told me how to do that, and I did it. So my last day on dexamethasone
is here. You can see up until that point from 2023 to March 2025, my weight increased continuously. And as soon as I got off the dexamethasone, down it went. And I'm not really trying, I'm just eating less because I'm not stupidly hungry all the time. And I might get a mild nausea once in a while, and when I do, I just take an extra on Dancitron. So dexamethasone, weight gain, no dexamethasone, weight loss. So I'm hoping to get back down to a healthier weight, which is always a good thing when you have cancer. So neutrophils are the part of your blood cells that they use to decide whether or not you can get chemo. They don't really worry until your neutrophils go below 1.5. And mine have always pretty much been well above it or above it. And lately, um, it's just gone below in November. So I've had the first stop to my chemo because my neutrophils and other blood counts were too low last week. That's the first time that's ever happened. And here are my platelets. So they have been slowly rising over time. Not too badly, they're still well within normal range, but they are rising, and that's because cancer thickens your blood and puts you at risk of a blood clot. So I am on blood thinners to reduce that. So it could be much worse than what you're seeing here, but it is slowly rising. So most of my other blood work is well within range, nothing abnormal, no real up or down trend. But here's my red blood cells. I mean, a very tiny downward trend, nothing really to worry about. And here are my white blood cells. And they've been very, very slightly declining, but still well within healthy range until just recently. This is my anion gap. An anion gap that's low indicates cancer or kidney, heart, liver disease, and mine has been slowly decreasing. Anything under anything from 1 to 3 is considered low, and I've had quite a few values that are low. The nurses and the oncologist tell me this is nothing to worry about, it's no biggie, but it seems maybe to me to indicate that my liver might be the next thing that my cancer goes to. But I'm no expert. Who knows? And this is ALP, which stands for alkaline phosphatase. And mine has been consistently high. Even those low numbers here are considered above average since the beginning. And again, the nurse and the oncologist tell me this isn't anything major to worry about. But of course, I'm going to worry because this is slowly increasing, and high amounts of ALP indicate. Let me look. Indicate liver or gallbladder issues, liver cancer, or hepatitis. So again, a hint, I think, that this cancer might move into my liver next. So so far it hasn't, but who knows? So this is interesting. This is my ALT, which stands for alanine aminotransferase. And when it's high, it indicates liver disease. So interestingly, it hasn't been high. These are all normal values for most of the time. But then when I had the inflamed appendix, it shot up like, wah! So maybe my liver was having a tough time with the appendix. And then by here, I had the appendix out and was recovering. And now you can see it's right back down to normal. So, yeah, you can actually see my inflamed appendix issue right in here. These are my glucose levels. They go up and down, but they're always within range. I'm clearly not diabetic. And all of my other blood work, there's potassium, chloride, calcium, lots of other things. They're always within normal range. I've only really showed you the ones that were of any major interest. But my doctor is always surprised that when I come in and get my blood work done, I've been going for 2 years, a little over, and only now I've had the first time when my blood counts were low enough that I wouldn't get chemo that week.